Hey y'all, welcome back to Faith Budgets. On this channel, I'll be posting videos about how we use the zero-based budget, sinking funds, cash stuffing, and savings challenges to pay off our last debt and save at the same time. If that's content that you're interested in, then please keep watching and definitely hit the subscribe button and join us on this journey to financial freedom. Hey guys, in today's video, we'll be doing our budget with me for the fourth paycheck, the fourth week. We get paid weekly, so it'll be the fourth and last paycheck for April. We get paid on April the 25th. I get paid every other Thursday. My husband gets paid every other Friday, so we do end up getting paid weekly, and that's how we do our budget. First, I map it out monthly and lay it all out by the month, what we'll need and what goes into each, what comes out of all the bills that are paid out of each paycheck, and then also the cash and sinking funds that we take out of each weekly paycheck. But I do like to map it out monthly first so that I know how much I'm working with and then how much we have left over, and then go from there. So this paycheck will cover from April 25th through May the 2nd, because then my husband gets paid again. He'll get paid on May the 3rd. So, but first, what I'd like to do is explain a little bit, I guess, about how I get to this point. If you're new, my name's Holly. My husband and I are on a journey to become debt-free. We have one debt left other than our mortgage. It's a Honda side-by-side, and we're working on paying that off. Also, at the same time, we're saving money, too, and putting some in emergency funds and sinking funds and just our variable spending. You know, we do spend money out of our cash envelopes in my wallet, weekly. And, budgeting for the groceries, everything, gas, and all the variable spendings that we have every week. So, we both work full-time. I'm a medical coder. I've been a coder for over 20 years. And my husband works in the utility services, and we're taking advantage of any overtime that we can get. That's the only income that we have. We don't have any like side businesses or second jobs or anything. We just try to get as much overtime as we can. This is free on my Google Sheets. You can see in the description below. This is a budget by paycheck worksheet. It's very similar to the Budget Mom. I use her printable version, but I just needed more lines for the sinking funds so that I can put them all in there. I don't fill them every month, but I do like to have it all in case I have extra money that I can put some into each sinking fund. I think at least that many sinking funds. And I only have one spot for extra debt there. I don't do the savings challenges. I just put those in my sinking funds. But I have a paycheck budget, and then I also have a monthly budget, and they're very similar, except this one has more lines for the sinking funds. So it doesn't have a spot for extra debt. It gives me more room to lay it all out for the whole month. I have room for all the fixed expenses, variable expenses, sinking funds. And I map it out and put all the income that we're going to have for the month. And then you put all the bills that we'll have, all the variable expenses for all 4 weeks or 5 weeks of the month. And I put the totals in for the monthly. And then after I do that, I get my monthly funding plan here. After I know my fixed expenses, my variable expenses, then I see what I have left over for sinking funds. And then I'll distribute that per paycheck, whatever's left after the bills and the variable expenses are paid. Then I would have that left over for sinking funds, and I distribute that out accordingly to see what can go into each envelope. So I hope that makes sense. First I do the monthly, map it out, and now I do it weekly, and we're on week 4 now of April, so I'm ready to do week 4. This is I strongly encourage everyone to use a calendar. I tried to do it just without a calendar before and just do it like this, but this helps me to map it out a whole lot better if I do the highlighter method like the Budget Mom teaches, and it lets me know what's coming out of each paycheck, which bill, where it falls according to the calendar. And it may make you realize that you want to change some of your payments around. You can call places and have them moved around to fit your budget. Like if you have all your bills on the 5th of the month, but you want to spread it out some, you know, most places will let you do that if you just give them a call. I think we did that with a couple of our things. We moved them. I can't remember. It may have been life insurance and Verizon. I think I may have moved those two because I think they were up here and it was just too much in the middle of the month. So I moved some down. But, you know, like debt payments, I don't think they care as long as they're getting some money. So you can change your pay date if your due date for any bills that you have. I think you can do that. So check into that if that's something that would help you adjust your budget and make it a little easier. And let's see, first, I guess what I would do whenever I'm getting ready to start a budget, I try to think back to when I was first budgeting, because I'm trying to help my sister right now. So it's really got me to thinking about, she's asked a lot of questions like, you know, things that I just do out of habit now, but I want to try to show her how to do it. And I'm trying to think about, you know, ways to tell her where to start. Like, where do you start? So I recommend getting a budget category for everything and like track your spending. Get your, from your checking account, your transactions, and just print that off and highlight them after you do your budget categories, and that lets you know kind of what you're spending, because a lot of people don't know how much to put in their categories, like their variable expenses. How much do we put in for groceries? How much do we allow for gas? How much do we allow for spending money? How much do we allow for fun or giving or church or miscellaneous or kids or pets, you know? But if you break it down into your categories, and you can see how much you spend each month on that. And it's kind of shocking after you do that, because you don't realize how much you spend in certain categories or how little you spend in some categories and you have left over, you know. So some people don't have as many categories. I kind of broke mine down and have some broad ones, some it's just a couple of things in it. So just whatever fits your budget category. I have a video going over all the all the different categories in my budget in detail. It's one of my very first videos, I think, if you want to check that out. And so I definitely recommend doing that first. Check out see what kind of budget categories you have, color code them, and then let's see. Oh, this is another part of my memberships and subscriptions. This is from the Budget Mom. It's just a way to be more aware of what you're spending your money on. Like I didn't realize that I had some subscriptions that I, you know, just forgot about. It just automatically came out of my account. So this is a way to keep them all together. And I created one envelope for memberships and subscriptions. And so I added all my totals up. So divided that by 12. So I know that's what I need to save each month for the total membership. Total of my memberships and subscriptions together. So I wouldn't have all that money in there at one given time, but I would have enough, you know, to fund the different memberships or subscriptions that are due at that time. So say I know I've already paid those. My husband, we paid that too. His hunting and fishing license. So we did pay that in April as well. So, and the pest control, we're waiting on them to come. They should be coming this month. If not, it will be May. So, and then like car tags, I totaled all those up and I made an envelope just separately for that. Kind of did the same thing. I just put it all in this one worksheet so I can look back at it and have it in one spot. And then land taxes, we have that, you know, once a year too. So just kind of a way to calculate how much I need to save per month. And then also I do it per week if I need to do it per week. Some pay weeks, some months we get paid 5 weeks, some we get paid 4. So if I do it weekly, I end up having a little bit more at the end of the year, but that's fine. Okay, so then after budget category, your memberships and subscriptions, you want to pick out what you want to be doing your sinking funds for. This is also from the Budget Mom. It's a savings tracker for your sinking funds, but this is what I do at the beginning of the year, every year, or probably more like December. I'll do it for 2025, and I may change some of these up, but it lets me know, just kind of gets my mind going on what I want to save for that year, and set goals for that. So set goals for our savings amount, and then divide it by 12, see how much we want to do monthly or weekly. And we may already have some already in there, so I would roll that over. If we already have some that's already saved, roll that over, see how much is left to save, and then how much we would need to put in there to meet our goal by the due date. And have due dates, you know, like Christmas, I want it done by November because I go shopping in November. Leaseland has a pay date. It's due on Halloween. Our UT tickets, we like that at the end of the year. And some of them may be ongoing, and you don't know, you don't have a set amount or set due date. Just keep rolling over and keep saving in those, like the memberships and car tags, things like that. You know you're going to keep using those throughout the year. But you can have your totals, and you'll know how much you need to contribute to it monthly. And then you can break it down into weekly, or if you get paid bi-weekly, you can do it that way. I hope that helps. Just wanted to explain a little bit of that to you guys. And then here is this is also from the Budget Mom, my overall debt picture. We did this whenever we had multiple debts to pay, but right now we just have one. But first you decide if you want to pay off your debt with the highest interest rate or with the smallest debt balance first. And then you list all your debts from either highest interest rate or to smallest balance, depending on your decision and which way you want to attack the debt. So you pay minimum on all of your debts except for the smaller one or the one that you're wanting to, you know, your higher interest one, depending on which way you decide. Put all your extra money into that balance and until that one's paid off, and then you roll it into the next one. And then you may change it up. You may decide to change the order of your priority for your debt. And then you continue to do this debt plan until all your debts are paid off. It's like you can do the snowball effect or the avalanche effect if you're familiar with those, snowball and avalanche, how you want to attack your debt payments and get those paid off quick. So I hope that helps somebody. I just wanted to kind of show you guys kind of behind the scenes, what I use to get all these numbers and my little routine. I know I'm blabbing on. I was going to do a quick video, but I don't know, that was just kind of on my mind to talk about a little bit, I guess. Okay, now that I've talked your heads off, let's get started in here on the budget. First we have cushion. I always do a cushion for every paycheck. Let me zoom you guys in. Every paycheck I do a cushion because I want to leave just a little bit in there as a buffer if we need anything extra or anything comes up that we need to spend, you know, debit card or one of the utility bills or something that is a little over than what we expected. So I always do 25 on that. Oh, the main thing, look guys, we didn't do the income. So this is paycheck number 4. This is mine, and this will be $3,073 is what we're working with. And okay, so $3,073, that's what we're working with. Got the cushion, and then the other half of the mortgage. We did the first half of the mortgage with paycheck number 2. I do the mortgage, I split it in 2 with both my paychecks. And then State Farm, this is the big one, $687. Oh, that just hurts. Hurts to even write that. But everybody's is going up. I don't know. It's crazy. $26 for Netflix. We have multiple vehicles on there, but still. And we have a 17-year-old boy driver too, so. Okay. Child support for stepdaughter as part of that. We do a couple payments of that. And then gas and Walmart, I always put that in my fixed expenses as well because we use it on a card. We don't use cash for those. So I do like to put that up here in this category instead of down here in variable. It is actually a variable expense because it varies, but I always put it up here. We've narrowed it down to $200 for gas and $260 at Walmart. And that can go up or down, and that's, again, like that's what that $25 is for, give or take a little, and just depending. Walmart is groceries, household items, personal hygiene, bathroom items, all that combined into one. And then down here I have food because I do pick up a few things at the grocery store, or if we go out to eat. That's what I use that for cash. So let's do our totals here and see what we have totaled up, because that's all that's coming out of this paycheck. So let's total our bills here. Okay, $2,240. That's our total for our bills or fixed expenses. Now we have down here our variable expenses. These are always the same every paycheck. We have food, and it's going to get 50. Church is going to get 45. Me 40. Hubby 150. His is all in one. Mine is all separated out here. Self-care this time is 40. I do that different sometimes. 20 for fun, 20 for miscellaneous, kids 30, dogs 25, and meds 15. So let's see what our total is here. $435 is the total on that. Okay, so what we'll do is subtract our fixed expenses from our income, and then we'll subtract the variable expenses from that. Whoops. That leaves us with $398 left over to work with for our sinking funds. And I don't know if I'll get to do all these or not, because my check was a little bit less than what I was expecting. But let's see. I had this mapped out. See, I had this mapped out here for a monthly week 4 funding here. I had originally thought it would be like $525 was my guess, at the beginning of the month was my guesstimate what I would have left over after my bills and variable expenses. But I estimated a little bit higher on my income, so that was my bad. I had a day off that I didn't realize during that week, so I didn't get as much overtime. So I was only left with $398 instead of $525. So I had to do some adjusting on my sinking funds. So I just moved some things around, and I usually do that in blue. That way I know that I made some changes. See, first week 1, I didn't have to make any changes. It was pretty good. So that just helps me to map it out a little better. So Sam's will get 25. Emergency's going to get 5. We're going to skip graduation and vacation this time. Memberships and subscriptions is still getting 18. I'm changing that to 20 in the month of May. I don't like doing the ones. Car tags, 30. Birthdays and gifts, 20. I think we're skipping holidays. Christmas, 150, because I don't think we funded this at all in April. So I wanted to fund that this time. That's how it fell. The other paychecks, I funded some of the other ones and just moved Christmas all into this one. So, and Mini Mondays, which goes for my SUV savings, will get 50. And Freebie Fridays, which goes to paying off the last debt, will be 100. So I can do some savings challenges on those, and just a little fun way to save the money for the debt and for the SUV. So let's total up these sinking funds. $398 is the total there. So look, that's perfect, $398. That should be 0 left. So let's do our final totals here for the income and the expenses, sinking funds, debt, and then we have a total. We should have a zero-based budget. Okay, so let's do total income was $3,073. And total expenses will be both of these categories together, both types of expenses. So let's do 2,240 plus 435. That's 2,676. 75. And then sinking funds was $398. And there was no debt payment this paycheck, so we'll subtract all this and see if we have 0. Yep, that leaves 0. So we have a zero-based budget where we have given every dollar an assignment. It has a job, so we know where all of our money's going. It's not just going out the window. It's not just, slipping away from us like it used to. So that is it for the paycheck budget for the paycheck for April 25th, or number 4 payment. Number 4 paycheck. And then here's my cash breakdown. I already did this ahead of time because I was getting it ready for my husband to take to the bank. And our slip, what did I do with that? I already laid that over here for him. So I picked the denominations that I need, because I need some ones for my savings challenges here, and just that way I have the correct denominations that I need. And then I put it on the Budget Mom's cash teller slip, and that way we can take that to the bank and get the correct denominations for that. Okay, so we have away for him. And I think that's it, you guys. Yes, that is it. So we have it all ready for to get the cash out. Get the paycheck budget here. And like I said, these are free on my page. If you want to use those, you can. You're more than welcome. Maybe it'll work for your budget. It has really helped us to stay on top of our finances. I hope this has been a help to someone. Thank you guys for watching. Come back and watch the cash stuffing. We'll get this money out and come back and stuff our binders here. We have our binders with our sinking funds and our variable expenses in my wallet. We'll get that money stuffed in, and then we'll do some savings challenges too, or Freebie Fridays and Mini Mondays with our savings challenges money here, and let that money go towards SUV savings and also to pay off some debt. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.